Morning, guys. So I want to talk today about housing. Okay, so home prices have gone up about 15 or 20% on average, and there's a lot of naysayers coming out saying that housing has gone up a bit too much and it's going to come back down. And near term, going into once the schooling starts, home prices may level off in the next few months, but make no mistake about it, I think housing is going to compound at about 12 to 15% annually for the next 4 years. And here's my reasoning. If you look at the housing starts, this is the data from the Fed website, and you can see that usually you have a drop off in housing starts right before recessions. These gray bars are where recessions occurred, and you can see that housing starts drop off before recessions, and then after recession they fly. The biggest recession that was related to housing was our 2008 time frame, 2010, where we had this mortgage crisis, and you had housing starts really tailing off. And then we had this a ton of foreclosures hit the market, and banks were very reluctant to give loans. They took a lot of losses, and we lost almost a decade where home builders really did not build any homes, and to qualify to buy a home you needed a lot of capital and a good credit rating. And so we went for 10 some years, from 2010 all the way to 2020, where though we have been seeing a rise in housing starts, it just has not made up for the drop off we had. So if you look at this current deficit, the area under this curve, so we should be making about 1,600 homes if you draw a line across here, roughly 1,600 units. And you can see that since 2000, the turn of 2000, we have had basically a big deficit. And if you go and Google it, you can see that the US is facing a shortage of 4 million homes, and this is something to be really thinking. It's like short of 4 million homes, and as we recover, you're going to have home prices shoot up. Now here's another good thing to know, that if you are trying to diversify, and my recommendation for diversification of portfolio is equities, bonds, precious metals like gold and silver, and real estate. I'm not a cryptocurrency guy, okay, so put that aside. So now if you come and you look at this is a ratio of the stock market to real estate portfolio. In other words, how many units of the S&P 500 index do you need to buy a home, at median prices, right? And if you look at this data, the stock market ratio to real estate is at an all-time high ever, right? Ever. So what this is telling us is that if you own equities, right, the stock market valuations compared to real estate, stock market is way out there, and it's time to maybe sell off some of your stocks and put that money into real estate. So that's my recommendation, is that maybe go buy some real estate, or buy some real estate related stocks like home builders, lumber, copper, drywall, gypsum, Home Depot, Lowe's, or just buy the ETF, right? But the housing sector is going to have multiple years of growth, and don't get sidetracked by thinking that home prices are too high. They really are not. And just going through a few stocks that I mentioned, and if you guys looked at my videos, you would have made a killing, right? So Northern Lock, give it to you guys. Boom, this thing has gone up and away, right? The other one I gave you guys, I mentioned you, and this one going to make $4 in free cash flow, up and away. Okay, then I told you guys about eDry, right in here, 10 bucks, 18, beauty, right? So these are my picks. I've given you guys these picks. I cannot, force you to buy them. Okay, so now I'm telling you guys, DR Horton, buy housing, MHO, buy housing, right? Buy housing. That's all I can say, right? Even the small caps, housing, anything housing, you buy, and be patient, because it will move, and in a couple years you'll be up to 300%. You make a pick what you want to buy. My recommendation is housing. That's the housing ETF. All right, thanks guys.